When you're knitting a gauge swatch, you need to make sure that you're knitting it the same way as you will be knitting your garment. And that includes, if you're knitting your garment on round, you also need to knit your gauge swatch on round. When swatching around, you're basically just creating a monstrosity like this, where on the back side, the yarn is just pulling all across the swatch. And the way you do it is when you have finished your round, you take the swatch and you pull it back to the left hand needle. When you have your swatch on the left hand needle, you take your working yarn, you just pull it all across to the beginning, and you need to make sure that you are leaving quite a loose thread here, because you need to leave space for the yarn to expand. And then by pinching this yarn, you simply start knitting your swatch as you normally would on the round. And for these swatches, I like to twist knit the first and the last stitch, so they are staying in the place, they are not running away. So this is my preferred method, where I have all the loose yarn at the back. However, you can also cut your yarn and then just tie a knot at each end of the row. I usually don't do this. This is an exception that I have done. I prefer this method. Is first, it's way quicker. It's way quicker to just pull the yarn and keep knitting. If you have to stop and cut the yarn and tie a knot at one end and the other end, it takes quite a lot of time. Another reason is that if you knit your swatch in this way, you can frog it later and use the yarn if you need to. But if you have already cut the ends and tied them off, there is no way you are gonna frog this one, because like the yarn pieces won't be usable, and also just untying all the knots, who has time for that?